my apartment, but something doesn't feel right. My spidey senses are raging. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a strange hallway off the living room and feel an invisible force pulling me toward it and to another room that's pitch black except for a closet with the light on. I move toward it and hear a whimpering. I rip open the door and come face to face with a neglected, skeletal, near-death dog. My dog, Mocha, my precious blind pug, but Mocha died 6 years ago. In the confusion, I'm screaming, crying, collapsing, reaching out to cradle my fur baby. I promise I'll never leave him again. I whisper in his little velvet ears, I love you so much. And that's when I wake up, drenched in sweat and tears. That nightmare was my dark companion nearly every night of my final year as Chief Marketing Officer of Harley Davidson. Yeah, you heard that right. I was a senior executive at Harley freaking Davidson, the iconic global brand people love so much they tattoo it on their bodies, a universal symbol of freedom and rebellion. I had the dream job I had worked 2.5 decades for. Or did I? Beneath that sexy title and badass brand, I couldn't ignore a gnawing sense that I wasn't being true to myself, that I had somehow lost my way and my well-being in service of the career I thought I should have. That nightmare woke me up. My beloved Mocha was a proxy for my soul, the part of me I was letting die. My soul was whimpering for me to connect, listen, love, and nourish it, to start living more authentically and courageously, to stop living my dad's dream. Anyone else know that one? Parents' dream? Yeah, it turns out I was clinging to a rebel brand because I'd lost touch with my own rebel soul. This cosmic kick in the pants came for me years before the global pandemic. But post-pandemic, it's never been more clear that I'm not alone. We are a culture disconnected from our rebel souls. Only 20% of us are finding deep, lasting meaning in our lives. 85% of us have experienced burnout. And mental health issues, it's its own pandemic in the Western world. And get this, according to Australian palliative care nurse and author Bronnie Ware, the top regret of the dying is this: I wish I'd lived a life. I wish I'd had the courage to live the life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. So why are so many of us still subscribing to this generation's old societal definition of success that's leaving us feeling empty and exhausted and unfulfilled? It's time to embrace our rebel souls. Here's the counterintuitive truth that hit me like a 2x4 when I left Harley. Authenticity is the truest form of rebellion. Living life on your terms is exactly the opposite of the tidy script and the pre-populated checklist handed to you by society. We are all rebels when we're living our truth. Leather jacket and motorcycle not required, unless that's your jam, right? So, It's time for all of us to embrace our inner rebel. Stay with me. I want to see a show of hands. Who in the room already identifies as a rebel? Show me if you're a rebel. All right, I see my people. I see my people. And some of you may be sitting back thinking, conjuring up every image of the leather-clad troublemakers played by James Dean, or that person you dated in high school to piss off your parents. Yeah, been there, done that. He drove my car into a lake. Yeah, but that's a story for happy hour. True story. So consider this a permission slip to crumple up your success scripts that you've been handed. They make fantastic kindling for your next bonfire, right? Pitch them out. It's time to start the new script. Author the one that lights you up from the inside out. It starts with this: a bold declaration to rebel for. Rebel for who you are, what you want, and the impact you want to have in your life. This is your 3-part script. Let's break it down. Part 1, rebel for who you are. These are your truth, your values, your unicorn genius. Like me, you get to be chief soul officer of your own life. Ask yourself, who does this invite me to become? Part 2, rebel for what you want. This is the courage to honor what fuels your soul and create impenetrable boundaries around what sucks it. Release those shackles of should for good in favor of what feels fully alive and aligned for you. Ask yourself this: what does this inspire me to do differently, or maybe stop doing altogether? Part 3, rebel for the impact you want to have in your life, your business, maybe even the world at large. This is the freedom to measure success in new ways that celebrate your humanity, well-being, and soul. Maybe it's more love, energy, connection, joy, trust, compassion, and imagine more of us redefining ROI to stand for ripples of impact and modeling what that looks like every single day. Ask yourself this: at the end of each day, what will success feel like for me? Making the choice to rebel for will not only impact your life, but will start to dismantle the legacy cultures and powers and systems that no longer serve the greater good. And the more of us who are choosing this counterintuitive truth, we spark the potential for a countercultural movement. Some might even call it a revolution. 6 years after that nightmare, I'm doing my life's work. I'm rebelling for a life and a world where soul meets success. And I finally found the badass brand I love so much I wanted to tattoo it on my body. Turns out it was me. Yeah. Authenticity is the truest form of rebellion. This fresh ink serves as a daily reminder to live my truth. I want the same for all of you. Maybe not the tattoo, but the courage and conviction to write your own script. So I'll leave you with this question worth spreading. What are you rebelling for? Thank you. Thank you.